Hi, welcome. My name is Kim Dang, and I'm the CEO of Group Convert. If you reach this page, it's because you scheduled a call with our team or looking to learn more about what it is that we do in our process. And I just want to break the entire process down for you. All right. But before we do that, I want to show you some proof here. Let me show you our Stripe account and what we've been able to accomplish. So first things first, this is everything you need to know before the call. Just to show you some numbers, I'm going to click here so you can see. And as you can see, this is gross volume today, and this is yesterday, 12,000. We've done over 4.35 million over time. And so that you know that this is coming from a company that is generating revenue, and that this method works for ourselves, for our clients. With that said, I'm going to cut back to the document. All right, and let's talk about client results. It's the second link here, going to the social proof here, Group Convert proof. If you go to this page, you'll see testimonials after testimonials, and they have, I've interviewed over 350 successful clients, anywhere from those who own their own service-based business to men's empowerment, to women's dating, to photography. They have a photography physical business. They teach fitness online to other fitness professionals. They also teach fitness directly. They teach, like Lan Berku did 250,000, teaching people how to be confident on camera, as well as energy and soulful coaching. And it just goes on and on and on. All of our testimonials and student wins, and it works for even for beginners as well as those who already have their program up and established. But if you don't have an offer and you're honing in on your offer, we're really, really good at making sure your first launch is an offer validation launch and it hits. With that said, if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see hour-long interviews breaking down all of their successes. What did they do? I interview my clients as they go along in their journey. So when they've made 17K, and then when they made 60K. I love following along. This is when Antoinette did 1,500. Love following along on their journey as they're going through in every stage of their milestone as they are scaling out, because this model and what you're about to learn and get guided for is a very repeatable and scalable model for you to go and add in that extra 5 to 6 figures per month to your industry. All right. And you can continue just going back further and further, but we have over 350 interviews of clients from all walks of life, from all niches that you can possibly imagine. So there are even more client results on this page as well. And it walks through what are the frameworks, what works, and then it loads that way. So who are we? Over the last 4 years, we've helped over 100 coaches scale to $50,000 a month. We have helped over 438 coaches total. I started this journey because I amassed over 12,000 subscribers for a little tool that lets you grab leads from Facebook groups, like scrape the emails. And everyone is like, Kim, let me learn more. How do you actually monetize a group? So I myself have invested over $350,000 in mentorship, in coaches, in consulting to figure out how to actually monetize your community. And We ourselves have made millions running these 5-day challenges for ourselves and others, booking tens and thousands of appointments for our clients following the goal method, which is group, offer, and launch. And some of our clients have automated their 5-day challenges to run every 2 weeks on autopilot, like Ryan Cron, who does $30,000 every 2 weeks on autopilot, just ran by 2 VAs and his group. And what we've observed is we have a 3 to 5% conversion ratio on our group launches for our clients. So on the lower end, you're just enrolling a couple of clients, 3 to 5, into your offer. And as long as you have about 100 members in your group, you will be able to do this. After interviewing 350 successful clients, I always ask this question, hey, what's the average time? What's your first win? The average time to first win is within 1 to 2 weeks. And I say, okay, what's your average time to launch? Usually within 7 to 14 days. And what's the average time for you to have your return on your investment? And it's usually within 21 to 35 days in the program. So we help our clients fill up the group with the right people. You spend anywhere from $600 to $800 in ads to fill up the group. And then we tell you what to say. You convert 3 to 5% of that audience. We script out exactly what that looks like. The entire funnel and everything, start to finish, is up and running in one day because we have a snapshot, which includes all our emails. Everything is interconnected. And you go live to your audience and you get a handful of clients for your first launch. And we have our clients repeat this process twice live with a 2 to 3 week break in between. Then we automate the process for them by running ads to the replays, to the video replays. And then we give them the option to scale from there. So who can we help? So if you're considering coaching, you have been in your industry for a while and you're an expert and you want to coach, or you've been coaching for a while but you're hitting a plateau and you have one of 4 of these problems. You want more qualified leads. You want to talk to more qualified people who are willing to invest. You want help closing deals. You don't have the time to organically attract your own leads, like DMing people all day, or you have trouble figuring out the entire system from ads to offers, messaging funnels, etc. And what you would love to do is coach. You don't want to, you have trouble figuring out all the other things. Or you figured out some of the other things, but it's not as successful as you would love to be at this stage in your online coaching journey. This is who we can help. If you're considering coaching or have been a coach for a while and you have one of 4 problems, you want more qualified leads, you want to talk to more qualified people who are willing to invest, you want help closing deals, you don't have the time to organically attract your own leads, you're DMing people all day, and you have trouble figuring out the entire system, and what you do is you love to coach, we can help. I want to mention we worked with every niche or service you can possibly think of underneath the sun, from SEO to energy healing to fitness to call centers to business coaching. Some of our clients teach astrology, the Akashic records. So we will help you get your offer right, nailing the messaging, ads, funnels, and building out your group DM team to set calls for you within your group. We've already scaled this out at a very high level. Last month, we did over $189,000 in cash collected. We have a team of 15 people. We've been in this business for 4 years, and we have the best track record when it comes to helping businesses and individual content creators make more impact and income with these micro groups and small following. Our motto is profit big with smaller audiences. If you have an amazing big audience, then that just works in your favor. We have the entire system you need to do your validation launch, your first launch, to get qualified appointments within the next 7 to 14 days with us. And also, we have the systems you need to scale out if this is not your first time launching. Anything from the offer strategy, go high level, automations, emails, group posts, social media posts, content calendar, sales page, funnel, DM scripts. So here are some examples of clients who've had one of 4 problems. The first example is Cecilia and Cheryl. So they came to me and they're like, Kim, we teach energy healing, soulful coaching. Can this work for something that is more intuitive, more not so much make money online? And so a couple of things about Sharon and Cecilia. By the way, this is when they did 13,000 in 5 days. And this is when they did $49,000 in their first launch. I like to continuously interview my clients to at different points in their journey because I like to piece it together. So Cecilia and Cheryl, they came to me. It's their first time being business partners, and they wanted an offer together that made sense. They wanted to add members to their group organically, so they didn't want to run ads. And here's what we did. We sat down, we created the perfect offer for them that is priced at $5,555. They like that number. It resonated with both of them, with their schedule and their lifestyle. And we worked with them on exactly what to say to present to their group. And we told them how to go live into their group so that they can have the one-to-many converting conversation. It's the best leverage use of their time. We help them set up their entire funnel, including their sales page. And in just 2.5 weeks, their group filled up to 70 members. They didn't run any ads. They booked 63 calls from 70 people, and they closed $49,000 here on just 10 clients with their 5,555 brand new offer. Their group was brand new, the offer was brand new, and it was their very first time ever launching together into a group. So this model works if you are just brand spanking new. And in the next example, I'll show you if you have a dead group and you just want to speak to more qualified people, or you believe your audience is just like incapable of being resuscitated. When Shara and Cecilia came to me, is their first time being business partners, is their first time putting together an offer, and is their first time launching in a group. So they didn't want to run ads. They wanted to do it the super organic way. And here's what we did. First, we created the perfect offer for them, and it's priced at $5,555, and it suits their lifestyle. It's group coaching. They both resonated with it, and we worked with them on exactly what to say to present into their group and have a one-to-many converting conversation. We helped them set up their entire funnel, including the sales page, the entire system. And in just 2.5 weeks, their group organically, from the scripts we gave them, from them inviting people into the group, filled up to 70 members. They booked 63 calls, and they closed $49,000 on just 10 clients with their brand new offer. Their group was brand new, the offer was brand new, and it was their first time ever doing a launch into a group. All they were missing was the right offer that could convert one to many and a dialed-in sales process with a group launch and a group filled with the right people ready and willing to buy. When they scheduled 63 calls in 1 week, after they enrolled 10, they canceled the rest of their calls because they didn't want to enroll more than 10 that month. They ended up scaling from doing $13,000 in 5 days to $49,000 within just 2.5 weeks. And this is how I interviewed them when they did 13,000. And then I interviewed them again when they did $49,000 with their group. And they were very hesitant because they were like, well, we don't know if this method works if we are teaching something that's not money making, because they were teaching energy healing, soulful coaching, and this is healing relationships, healing their energy, stepping into love is their message. And they were still able to go and have a very successful launch when everything is brand new. Now, in the next example, I'll show you an example of a client who's not brand new. So, Tyler O'Bannon and Greg Jeffries. When they came to me, they already have a course. When Tyler came to me, he was like, Kim, Tyler, his business partner is Greg Jeffries. He's like, Kim, my group is dead. So Tyler already had a Facebook group and essentially it's dead. He had about almost 400 people in his group, and they were all struggling to pay him the $500 one-time charge that he priced for his SEO course. And he was doing one-on-ones for $5,000, trading his time for money. He was really stuck at $2,000 to $10,000 a month. And he's like, how do I actually scale out beyond all these one-on-ones? He couldn't for the life of him figure out how to get more eyeballs and talk to more qualified leads, because everyone he spoke to in his group were like struggling to even pay him $500. So what we did was we didn't change his offer, but we increased his price point of $500 for his course to $5,000 for group coaching. And I asked Tyler if he's okay with jumping on group coaching calls for 1 hour on Tuesdays, 1 hour on Thursdays. And he's like, yeah. So what we did was we told him exactly what to say, how to conduct his 5-day challenge into the same completely dead group. Within 2 weeks, not kidding you, 2 weeks, he enrolled 12 people into his $5,000 group coaching course and made $66,000, where he shows up twice a week. But that wasn't all. He did over $100,000 after 2 months, as I interview and talk to my clients periodically, making sure we get their updates. And he did 150 his third month, and he crossed over $250,000 within 4 months working with us, utilizing the same group, the group that was dead. And when I interviewed him, he was at home with his family, his wife, his kids, and he was in the middle of doing a barbecue on a random Tuesday. And Tyler went on to find a faith-based nonprofit, because he told me that when he no longer had to worry about his family and his loved ones, he started to think about what he could do for the world. So all Tyler was missing was a consistent and proven system to generate qualified leads with his group, and a one-to-many converting conversation script to speak into his group in order to make the effortless sales. He just didn't know what he didn't know. So without this system in place, he was missing out on hundreds of thousands of dollars. And he won a plaque of doing over $250,000 on one platform because of this as well. So this is Tyler. If you feel like you're a Tyler, you have a group, but it's dead, and you're like, well, how do I do this? Or you're looking to transition over from selling like a low ticket course into something that's higher ticket because it's more scalable without jumping on a ton of one-on-one coaching sessions for your clients, then this will work for you. So the next example is Colin Watson. Colin, when he came to me, he was like, Kim, I'm over $50,000 in debt. A lot of programs did not work for me. And he was so skeptical after wasting thousands of dollars on programs that did not deliver. And on top of that, he's a serial entrepreneur and he ran other businesses. So he didn't have that much time to devote to this. And in just 1 month, we solved this problem for Colin and his business partner, Michelle. They hit a record month in their coaching business and made $26,997 cash collected going into his bank. He told me the biggest thing was peace of mind. He was able to start paying off the debt he owed, and now he has a system that just works for him. And when Colin removed his skepticism and just went all in, all we had to do was tell Colin and his business partner, Michelle, to launch into a group filled with women who want to have a better relationship with their health, and the rest is history. Their niche is fitness, and he's able to finally have a successful, scalable coaching business after spending over $50,000 on other programs that did not work. Let's talk about Lan. Lan Baku, when she came to me, she's like, Kim, can I launch on YouTube, not in a Facebook group? I said, yeah, we can apply our systems to your YouTube launch. We applied our one-to-many converting method, our goal formula for her presentation. She ran her 5-day challenge to her YouTube audience. 2,000 people signed up for her free 5-day challenge, and 42 people enrolled into a brand new high-ticket offer we sat down and crafted with her, priced it at $5,600 to teach her people how to be confident on camera. That's right, it's a course on how to show up confidently on camera, and it's an offer in a very competitive niche because a lot of people teach you how to go live online. And here's what we did. We created a new offer that no one has seen in the niche that would convert like crazy. And we ran the challenge to her YouTube audience, and she didn't have to spend $1 in paid ads. The results were pretty amazing. So Lan ended up doing $250,000 in 5 days, $250,000 in 5 days. She showed up to one of our in-person events to meet us live, but also to collect her $250K club award. And all she wanted was for our team to help her put together an irresistible offer, help her figure out how to launch it to our audience, and help her set up the system so that it's scalable. And that's exactly what we did. Without this in place, she wouldn't have ever been able to scale this business while managing everything else that's going on in her life. Lan is the author of 4 books. She also is a busy mom, and her husband does land developing. But worst of all, she would have missed out on $250,000 she could have made in 5 days with our systems. So Dee was already a coach on the side. She does land developing, investing, and she made nearly 6 figures online through referrals and jumping on one-on-one calls, discovery calls in order to get her clients. And it was kind of haphazard being a coach on the side, teaching people how to get business credit funding. She's been doing that in her corporate job, so it gave her the experience to now teach it. And she didn't run any ads, knew nothing about ads, nothing about funnels. She was keeping track of everyone on a Excel sheet. And she had one virtual assistant on her team when she came to us. But she kept seeing our results and decided to give ads a shot. And the results are pretty insane. Here's what happened. We built out an end-to-end acquisition system for her within 4 days. We started her ads. Her cost per lead was $4. She got 119 leads for $476. She ran her 5-day challenge, booked 10 calls. And because the calls were super warm, and that's how the 5-day challenge works with the acquisition system, she closed 6 into her $10,000 offer. We plugged in a setter for her who booked all her appointments and nurtured her audience the right way. And we created her offer, her messaging, her creative, her ads, her funnels, and high level. She saw everything being built out. She shows up, she talks to a brand new audience, one-to-many, converting conversation, and enrolled her clients. It's pretty insane. She was able to go from absolutely referral based to a whole system with ads so that it's predictable income for her and predictable enrollment. Dee already has an excellent service. She already knows how to help people get business credit funding. She just wanted more qualified appointments. That's it. She had fulfillment dialed in. She's just needed a system that can convert clients one-to-many because she had land to develop in other countries and other projects she was working on. So this was the most leveraged use of her time. And that's why this was the perfect fit. We placed her with a setter versus a virtual assistant, and a setter is a person who sets calls during her 5-day challenge. And a virtual assistant could only do like admin tasks. So the setter was able to schedule actual calls in her calendar in a bulk enrollment sequence. So she enrolled clients in bulk within 1.5 weeks into our program. And this is my congratulations post celebrating team because Dee closed 6 people into a program at $60,000 in revenue. And this is when she first got a client paying in full at $10K when they first started enrolling. And yeah, this is her 5-day challenge banner. And Dee went and flew in and met us at our in-person event. And that's her right there. All right, let's talk about Shelly. So Shelly, she owns a physical education studio called Flex Ed, and she teaches people how to be flexible. She was charging $60 an hour for her time in person, and she wanted to pay for a team to fast track her success because she wanted to transition online. So if you're kind of like Shelly, where you want to really figure out how to transition online from something that's more physical or from something that's more 9 to 5, more confining, that's was Shelly's journey. We put together a $4,500 offer with her where she can teach what she knew. She taught people how to be flexible in person. So we transferred that to her teaching people how to do handstands over Zoom. And we scaled her to $90,000 within 30 days from her selling this $4,500 package online. We worked with her on her offer, her automation systems, her sales page, her Go High Level. She launched to her Instagram channel of less than 10,000 followers. And Shelly was completely brand new to online education. And she wanted to figure out a way to transition that made sense for her. And with the success of her online transition, her husband, who worked for the company Goodyear for the tire company for 22 years, was able to quit his job and join her in her business. And together, they now host retreats where her clients fly in to Mexico and get to spend 2 days with her. And she gets to travel the world with her husband, who is no longer confined to his 9 to 5 job, and she's no longer confined to her physical studio. She was able to hire team members to show up in person in her studio while she ran the show remotely. So with Shelly, she just didn't know how to transition, didn't know what that looked like. And we showed her how to do it in a way that fits her lifestyle, her beliefs, and was able to, she said she wanted to retire her husband or have her husband quit his job, and allowed for them to live a life that was more together. Moving on from Shelly is April. April, she was stuck at $25,000 a month for 7 years with her call center service-based business. She has a physical call center, and she was ready to invest in her business to shortcut her path to overcome this 7-year plateau. And she was used to doing cold calling to get her clients. When she charges for her package, it was only $77. She was selling these individual call center packages when she met us. Long story short, she hired us. We took over her acquisition. We reworked her offer, turned it into a $9,500 bigger package, and told her what to say during her launch to a small group of just 70 people. She started absolutely from scratch because she never had a Facebook group before. And from her one-to-many pitch, she closed 5 clients in at $9,500, made $52,000 within her first month working with us, and now she has to hire more call center team members to keep up with her delivery. What's crazier is that she went from $25,000 a month to $75,000 a month in 30 days working with us, and she collected a total of $77,000 since starting. So some people are ready to invest and know that money is speed, and the cost of not going faster is more expensive than just investing. And she did what it took to go all in, and she is on track to hit $100,000 months. So if you want more qualified appointments or want help closing deals, but you don't have the time to run your own ads, or you don't know in what way to launch to a community who will pay you, or you just don't know how to figure out the ads, offers, messaging funnels, etc., whole rigmarole, or maybe you're still a little bit skeptical if it will work with your particular niche service, like you need to go and validate it. Hopefully you can see how we might be able to help. So these are people I can't help. If you're not a coach, if you're not a course creator, or you're not a service-based business, or if you're not planning to charge anything high ticket, we need you to charge at least 2 to 3K to start. But if you're against that and you just want to charge something like a $37 thing, that's not an environment where I can help you get the ROI that you want. I can't help you if you're someone who isn't willing to work to build a business. We're doing a lot of heavy lifting for you, but it's still your business. We are your growth partner and not the CEO of your business. Also, can't help you if you have no money to invest in your business growth. Then unfortunately we can't help. We are not cheap to work with. We're the best of the best. If you want the best results, you're in the right place. But keep in mind, if you want to work with cheaper options, you can, but they don't work. They still end up costing you more in the long run. That being said, this is our bread and butter. We live and breathe this stuff and love it. We're the best in the game and would love to be your growth partner. And we've generated more results than anyone else in the entire industry from profiting big from small groups, and would love to partner with you to be our next success story. So what should you do next? If I can help you, show up to your call. If I can't help you, please cancel the call and check out my YouTube channel. How will we work together? It's our Group Convert Ignite program. We take care of the below with you: ads, strategy, offer creation, messaging, creatives, copy, funnel, high-level management. And the types of levels of support that you get is 3 levels of support. One is team-on-one support. You get a private Slack channel where everyone on my team can be added in there, and you can add everyone on your team into the same channel so that you are no longer the bottleneck of communication, as well as you don't have to wait a whole week to send us a message. You can just message us daily, and we have real-time response with you. The second level of support is one-on-one support with a dedicated account manager. They will meet with you one-on-one weekly to go over what worked, what didn't work, and adjust with you in real time so you don't make expensive mistakes and you don't stay stuck. The one-on-one that you get is with a rock star account manager. For example, Priyanka, she is amazing. She has her own award-winning podcast. And she was rated best coach in 2022, 2023. She's coached over 300 coaches, and she's coached under Tony Robbins. She is based out of Washington State, near Washington State, Oregon. And so she'll be able to really sit down with you and strategize. She is amazing. With that said, that's the caliber of person you're going to be sitting down with one-on-one weekly. The third level support is 4 times a week clinics. We have real live group coaching that happens every single week, 4 times a week. You get access to, on Mondays, to me. I do group coaching on offers, launches, what's working in the industry right now. So you get the apex information, the latest information. You get access to Larry Antaporta on Tuesdays, who've closed over 5.4 million in online high ticket sales weekly to hone in on your sales script and conversations. You get access to RJ Ahmed on Thursdays, who's an award-winning podcast, has award-winning podcasts on his own, and he's a systems and automation guru. He teaches on bots and automation. You get access to Mutita Penmuk on Fridays, who has her own Get Unstuck strategy, and she will help you figure out who to hire in what order in order for you to scale out, what contracts, what comp plan to give them. And you get access to Diana Manti on Thursdays, who has over 4 years of running ads to filling up the group with the right people as a media buyer. With that said, all of my coaches have been with me for over 3 years. So they deeply know the journey that you're about to step into and go on. And they're not someone I pull randomly into my world. They have been with me for years. So with the levels of support, we take you through 3 phases as you enter into the program using our goal method, which is group, offer, and launch. Okay. So in phase 1, within the first 24 or 48 hours, you get a kickoff call with the team. We sit down with you one-on-one and figure out exactly what offer makes the most sense for you and what are you going to say in your launch to your audience. We figure all that out. If you have 2 to 3 offers to choose from, if you have like 5 audiences to pick from, we help you make the right decision so that it's the best leverage use of your time and what is the first launch you can do. You can apply the launch concept to multiple businesses like April Dotson did after she made $52,000 on her first launch to her call center. She applied it to her hood cleaning service. She applied it to her bar. And within 7 to 14 days, you do your launch into your group. The ads are running and your group is filled up with the right people. If you are open to spending ads, cost per lead of ads is as low as $4 to $6, as high as $10 to $12 cost per lead. But it's definitely nothing close to $100 cost per booked call. So this is going to be an amazing amplifier to all of your other leads that exist right now. It's an amazing reactivation campaign. You do your launch. Our track record is converting 3 to 5% of the audience who listens to you. And you enroll your first batch of clients in to a group coaching environment so you can actually scale out. So let's say that you ran ads like D and you got 119 leads. About 3 to 5 people are going to convert. If you have 300 people in your audience, about 9 to 15 clients. So expect that math. Phase 2 is within the second month, I have you do the launch one more time. A lot of the heavy lifting and the work is already front loaded in phase 1. So phase 2, you just go live with the same thing. And we place you with a setter so they can handle a lot of the conversations with your follow-up. A setter is a virtual assistant whose sole job is to set calls, set up the conversations, set up the book calls with your people. Because chances are most people need to see you more than once in order to buy. And there's a phrase called the fortune is in the follow-up. So the setter will be able to help you with a lot of that heavy lifting. So while you're doing your other things, while you're running your other businesses, you have this setter that's in your group nurturing and setting calls so that you are not launch dependent. Phase 3 is month 3. So now that you have your first launch and the second launch down, we have the option of increasing ads to send people into a revenue replay portal, which are the recordings of either your first or second launch. And now you can send people to the replays of your training in order to convert on autopilot in a more evergreen environment. And your setter has the sole job, now has a full-time job and supports you in order to scale out. Now you can focus on hiring who, in what order, your own client success manager, your second setter, your own closer. These are the 3 phases I take you through initially. And this is our secret sauce. We have individually sat down and scripted out and worked with over 400 coaches. So we know exactly what your messaging looks like, how you launch into your audience, exactly how to fill up your group with the right people so that when we sit down with you, we tap into our database that we know already works. That's why we get results from people like Kate Sun, who spent $717 in ads to get an $18,000 launch, teaching people how to read the Akashic records. And to Shelly Airy, scaling to $90,000 a month, teaching people how to do handstands online. You don't have to figure out a magic bullet offer on your own because we do that for you during the first 1 or 2 calls with us. At the end of the day, it comes down to math. 3 to 5% of your people are already a yes, even if you are starting from scratch. You fill up a group, let's say 100 people in a room, there's going to be 3 to 5 people who are already a yes before they enter the room. And we implement the do you see strategy to your audience so that it's not a lecturing environment. It's very much, do you see? Do you see if we can solve problem A, B, and C for you? Do you see how this will enable you to get the results you want in the life you want? Would you like me to show you how to do this in the next couple of days? All right, good, let's commit. So even brand new coaches with 0 testimonials convert with us since it's not converting from a one video with like 10,000 testimonials cold. So it's a very warm environment. And we craft your messaging so that every single objection they have towards your vehicle, whether that's health, wealth, or relationship, all of their objections are broken down first. Then every single objection around your method is broken down second. If you don't have a signature method, we craft that with you before we schedule out your launch. So let's say it's ACC for Oliver Bohr. He's like, well, I teach real estate agents how to get leads. What's my unique approach? We put together an acronym for him: attract, connect, convert. And every single objection is handled for attract, connect, convert for him and for your method. So that by the time you do your offer, you present your offer on day 4 of your training or day 3, it is presented as a warm invitation to come and work with you versus this cold, hard pitch. And that's why clients like Christopher Stubbs, who runs a men's empowerment group, told us that his sales call were 10 to 15 minutes from the challenge. And he collected over $31,000 enrolling his clients into a 3K offer. He doesn't have to niche down at all. We encourage him to teach a holistic offer to his group coaching clients because the calls are so warm. They feel like they lived with him for those 5 days. That's why Molly Roos, who had clients paying straight into her sales page for her $2,000 course to help dog trainers run their dog training business. When every single objection is handled and it's a warm invitation to come and work with you, and the only objection they have left is money, you can handle that with a payment plan option, or if they pay in full, they get an extra pay in full bonuses. Like, for example, Tyler O'Bannon's $5,000 program is $5,000 for the year or $500 a month. So the people who paid him 500 saw 500, they could do 500 per month. And there are those in his audience that pay him 5K, no problem at all. That's why he did $66,000 within 2 weeks with his launch with us. And better yet, let me tell you, Ryan Cron runs his challenge completely on autopilot 2 times a month, doing $30,000 each launch, and it's run completely by 2 virtual assistants in his group. So you don't have to launch live all the time if you don't want to. And everyone that joins our Group Convert Ignite program gets access to our flagship consulting program, which includes modules, coaching, and the community, which is everything that I mentioned in the support. This is what makes all these results insane. We combine heavy lifting with a community and coaching from 6 to 7 figure coaches, consultants online to get the best results on the planet for you. All right. So if you are ready to profit big from groups, from small groups, and if you have a big audience, great. But you don't need to have a big audience. You don't need to have a million testimonials for this method to work. And especially if you're running ads to book a call, it's definitely not going to be $100 per booked call environment. It's going to be $4 to $6 cost per lead into a warm environment where the sales calls are short. Your people are already sold by the time they hop on the call with you. And this whole system can be run on autopilot. So all the people who did not close from your book a call environment, from your cold environment, will be warmed up through this vehicle. With that said, I am super excited for you. I can't wait for us to partner with you. If you feel like you're a good fit based on what we spoke about, my team and I are really excited to see you on the call. Let's make sure that you're showing up to a quiet environment so we can hear you. If you're sitting on a laptop, sitting at a desk or a laptop, that would be best. And can't wait to partner up with you. See you on the inside.